The collection begins evolved with a younger boy driving his bicycle round city. The boy Wayne stops while he sees a gaggle of bums smoking at the pavement. Wayne simply stares at them without pronouncing an unmarried phrase. The bums begin bullying him. One of them throws a rock on the silent boy. However, what Wayne does subsequent surprises everybody. He alternates the rock from the floor and makes use of it to interrupt a window the proprietor of the shop receives. Outdoor, and the bums tell him that Wayne changed into the only who did it. The proprietor begins evolved smacking Wayne round till he believes that the boy has had sufficient. However, then Wayne receives again up, grabs the rock and breaks but some other window with it. The proprietor is confused, asking Wayne if he's insane. The boy does now no longer deliver him a solution. He simply turns round and walks away. Later, Wayne returns domestic to his unwell father. A lady named Dell knocks on his door to promote him a few cookies, and Wayne is brilliant rapid to open up. Dell reveals his response to be bizarre. Their first chat famous that Wayne's father is fatally sick. Dell walks across the community promoting cookies. However, instead of purchasing one, Wayne invitations her and the residents. After ensuring that she goes to be secure, Dell follows him to his room. There Wayne acts like himself, asking the lady if she desires to be his female friend. Dell assessments how tall he to decide if he could be appropriate boyfriend. Wayne wonders if he surpassed the peak check. However, Dell says it would not in reality rely, and simply asks him if he goes to shop for a few cookies. Wayne exclaims that he has no cash. For this reason he cannot purchase any cookie size. Dell grabs her bag whilst telling him that he has to move, get a few cash, after which move locate her in the future. Later, Wayne returns to high school with the concept of earning money. He intends to promote a few crocs to his mate Orlando. However, anyone has stolen his stuff from his locker. Wayne barges into the Major's workplace, traumatic to get his stuff again. However, Major Cole has no concept who stole them. He sits Wayne down for a pep speak, spotting that his father's paintings is what made him unwell, but Wayne does now no longer should observe in his footsteps walking round strive, seeking to make matters proper. However, as quickly as Wayne walks outdoor, he sees bullies messing with Orlando. In his crush, Wayne steals a trumpet from some other pupil and smashes the bully's face with it. Upon getting a few cash, Wayne reveals Dell to shop for a few cookies from her and that they emerge as a pair all at once. Though Wayne is attacked through his capability father in regulation, the person takes his daughter away and orders his sons to teach Wayne a lesson. Wayne is knocked out through them and returns domestic. As soon as he wakes up, the boy has a communicate together along with his father, and it's found out that Wayne's mom left them whilst he become 5 years antique, but his father exhibits some other element. He had sold a completely unique vehicle. However, it becomes stolen from him whilst his spouse left together along with her boyfriend. Each few years her boyfriend sends him a photo of them with the automobile to taunt him. The daddy says that he desired Wayne to have this vehicle, however he can do not anything. Approximately it now later, the daddy dies and Wayne units himself on a brand new project after burning their rented residence down together along with his father. Internal, he breaks into Dell's room to invite her if she desires to visit Florida with him to get a Pontiac C vehicle. Lower back, Dell is all in, considering she hates her own circle of relatives. Wayne takes her out of the residence through throwing a TV at one of her brothers. However, the different one follows them out of doors. Dell kicks him with inside the nuts from at the back of. However, in addition, they must deal together along with her father. After Wayne shoots a few fireworks at him, the two of them grasp every different and trade punches at a few factor. Wayne headbutts him, after which bites his nostril to complete him off. Then he jumps on his motorcycle with Dell and they're equipped to begin their adventure with inside the interim in Florida. His father's rival offers the keys of the Pontiac to his son Reggie as a birthday gift now that he's turning into an adult. Wayne and Dell have an extended street beforehand of them so that they must get a few relaxation after tending with inside the woods. Wayne hunts a rabbit and roasts it for Della, where even though she attempts it, she notion this meat is chook whilst she hears it is a rabbit. She snaps at Wayne and needs to get a few right breakfast some other place. Dell's father, Mr. Lucetti, visits the police station to file his daughter's abduction. The sergeant named Stephen is a piece out of recognition nowadays due to the fact he is concerned approximately his fitness. After filling out a shape on his PC, he tells Lutti that he goes to discover his canine. Lucetti corrects him, however Stephen does not even care. Lucetti takes a observe the sergeant's PC and realizes that he has been filling out a shape for an appointment at a medical institution. In the meantime, Wayne takes Dell to a shop to seize a few breakfast. Dell asks approximately the automobiles cope with, however Wayne replies that he has no cope with. The handiest is aware of the town in which the automobile is positioned. Dell tells him that she has to get to the toilet. After listening to this, however, then calls his call to ask him to shop for her a few tampons and sweatpants. Wayne runs to a close-by pharmacy in which he witnesses a man harassing the female who is operating there, because it seems the female has now no longer responded to his messages and he's aggravated. Wayne comes to a decision to do so. He traps the person to a pole and breaks his motorcycle to pieces. Then Wayne returns to the shop to fulfill together along with his female friend. However, Dell is nowhere to be observed. Quickly Wayne sees her strolling down the street and follows her. Dell is changed into disillusioned in him due to the fact he does all styles of loopy stuff. However, he change into not able to shop for her. The factor she wanted. Dell leaves him and asks him to permit her pass. However, then Wayne meets men and stalks his tail with him. The men inform him that he has to move after the female due to the fact ladies say matters they don't imply. She may have advised him to permit her pass, however in truth she needs him to move after her. Wayne makes a run for the bus station and attempts to reduce a while through going for walks through a subject. This subject is included through a peculiar man who doesn't like trespassers. He shoots Wayne with a tag bullet, after which ties him up in his warehouse with inside. The interim Dell attempts to shop for a bus price tag, however she is impolite to the clerk, who takes place to be the waitress from the preceding eating place. Doing a 2D process, the lady has had sufficient and begins evolved preventing Della, where after they're carried out the lady stalks her unhappy backstory. Then she activates Dell, now no longer to surrender on Wayne earlier than giving him a risk due to the fact the two of them may have something exact taking place. Dell adjustments her thoughts approximately. Wayne and the cashier takes her round city to discover him. D accidentally reveals the two men who met Wayne and that they point her with inside the proper route on the warehouse. The man's crazy girlfriend demanding situations him to a sport, pronouncing that they may permit him pass if he wins. All of a surprising Dell bursts into the warehouse with a chainsaw and wreaks havoc. Wayne reasons a distraction at the same time as Dell injures the bizarre man. Wayne jumps on him and finishes him off with some headbutts. The bizarre female receives a keep of her boyfriend's shotgun, however the cashier comes to a decision to assist the more youthful couple and knocks her out. Despite the fact that they're secure now, there may be any other improvement back domestic. Wayne's former landlord is going to the police with an envelope. Wayne had given him an envelope complete of insulting messages, however he protected a photograph as nicely, likely via way of means of coincidence. The photograph depicts his mom together along with her boyfriend. In the lower back of the photograph there's a mail stamp pointing to Florida. Now the sergeant is aware of where the boy is heading. However, so does Mr. LTI, who tells his sons that they're taking place a journey whilst the two younger adventurers keep on their manner. They determine to spend the night time at a hotel, but this motel is a chunk exclusive as it accepts most effective male Visitors need to sleep with the girls who provide adult services there. Wayne attempts to shop for a carrier, however the girl tells him he's too younger. Then Dell offers it a attempt due to the fact she is aware of there's not anything cash can't purchase. After providing the girl a hefty amount of cash, she permits the youngsters to live with inside the hotel. The following morning, Sergeant Stephen and his boy Jay from the police station go to Wayne's faculty to examine Grader. Approximately him, Stephen realizes that everyone the youngsters are afraid of Wayne due to the fact he continues beating them up, though Orlando explains that Wayne without a doubt protects the relaxation of the youngsters and he most effective beats up people who deserve it. Wayne has an experience of justice. Interior of him recollect the home windows he smashed at the start of the collection. He did that due to the fact that man cheated on his lady friend who took place to be the nurse searching after his father. Later, Orlando steals the keys to the teacher's toilet and joins the predominant whilst he's inside the bathroom. Orlando became involved. Approximately Wayne suggesting that Cole and himself visit Florida to assist him. The predominant attempts to speak his manner out of this loopy concept, however Orlando claims that Cole has not anything higher to do. He has no own circle of relatives, no pals and no plans. He does not actually have a puppy now that his fourth canine died quickly. Orlando brings his grandma to high school and the predominant reveals it fun that she could permit her grandson to head on a journey that might get him harm. Lower back on the hotel, a bus with some kids pulls up. A man named Tag introduces himself to Wayne Angel, announcing that his organization is on an excursion to make matters greater exciting for themselves. They discover all of the weird inns they locate on their manor. The organization invitations them to have amusing with them as they have got organized cocktails. The day ends in a recreation of truth or dare wherein Wayne alternatives fact. Tag asks him a query, however he does not like Wayne's solution. He believes that the boy is mendacity. Then Wayne offers Tag a loopy dare, however the latter is afraid to do it to show that he's respectable. Wayne does his very own dare. He steals a motorcycle, breaks right into a room and then makes use of the motorbike to leap into the swimming pool someplace else. That the most important is knowledgeable via way of means of the police that his puppies died due to the fact anyone poisoned them. Sergeant Stephen did his process and observed out that one in every of his friends fed antidepressants to Cole's puppies. Cole is going to a kennel and buys an aggressive canine that no person else desires to have. Then he is going again and unleashes the canine in his neighbor's residence to get his revenge. Now that the whole lot is settled, he calls Orlando to inform him to get equipped. They may be approximately to journey to Florida on the lodge. The proprietor calls the police and the younger couple has to go away. The law enforcement officials search for them all over the lodge, however the female allows the couple conceal below a bed whilst it's far secure to pop out. The couple pushes the bed up and proceeds to get their stuff. Dell realizes that the female who gives adult services has stolen their cash, however they haven't any time to get it again from her. Consequently they soar on their bike and escape. In the meantime in Florida, Reggie is playing his new journey alongside together along with his father Calvin. All of an unexpected an aged couple bumps on them with a van. This infuriates Calvin, who activates his son to seize something that may be used as a weapon, and the two of them start smashing the van. The younger couple comes up with numerous thoughts to spend their days. Even as they may be on their journey, they have even observed the residents to spend the night time, take a tub and wash their garments of root. This residence isn't rented or an Airbnb. The couple begins evolved going for walks round like loopy once they pay attention that the realtor is bringing a pair and to show them the residence this handiest way that the youngsters have damaged into this residence illegally with inside the interim Jay and Stephen are becoming equipped for a journey. They've requested the provider to get their relaxation days and they may be going to apply them to move. After Wayne J desires to put on his uniform all through the journey, however Steven explains to him that they may be going to paintings off the clock. Sporting the uniform might be irrelevant and unlawful on the equal time someplace else. Wayne and Dell take pleasure in a few having a pipe dream. She asks her boyfriend what type of residence he would love to shop for. Wayne would not even imagine shopping for a residence, considering that they do not have cash to call their simple wishes. For instance, they want to shop for fuel and for their bike to maintain on their journey. Dell sees some guy's status at offered, so she tells Wayne that he should move paintings with them. Those guys are doing day exertions because of this, that they're watching for any person to choose them up for a few creation paintings. Wayne should paintings for an afternoon, receives a commission in coins and use that money to shop for a few fuel. And as for Dell, she will be able to look round and attempt to promote a number of her stuff for coins. Wayne stands with the relaxation of the employees till a man pulls up and asks for some men to paintings for him. Wayne follows the lead of the opposite men and is going to paintings with them. Wayne is now no longer mainly desirable at this line of labor, so the supervisor attempts to locate something for him to do. He sends the boy to interrupt a wall down. Wayne does what he does first class and begins a valve, destroying the region. However, while the boss is available and he notes that Wayne is smashing the incorrect wall, one of the men running immediately, Ramon, saves Wayne. He tells the boss that he advised Wayne to interrupt this wall due to the all of the boss eats the lie. However, he's nevertheless burdened out, ordering all people to get returned to paintings. Later the employees have a ruin and Ramon shares his meals with Wayne. He additionally talks approximately his own circle of relatives. His spouse and youngsters stay returned in Mexico at the same time as he is attempting to make a few cash with inside the United States. Wayne talks approximately Dell, however he has no concept how matters will pass among them. Ramon offers him a few recommendation that each guy wishes to pay attention. He says that Wayne ought to simply pay attention to her and nod without seeking to repair whatever. While the day is over, the supervisor can pay Wayne earlier than he turns round to enroll in the opposite employees with inside the van. The supervisor tells him now no longer to enroll in them due to the fact they're unlawful immigrants. The boss has thought of a trick for them. He goes to drop them off in the front of the overseas department. This manner the immigrants will begin going for walks, so they may now no longer get arrested and dispatched returned to Mexico. Because of this, that the boss will now no longer ought to pay them. Wayne does now no longer like that in any respect, so he makes a decision to do so. He steals the boss Challenger and drives after the van. He receives the auto in the front of the van and forces the boss to forestall. Then he receives the boss out of the van and pins his hand on the automobile through the use of a creation device that pins nails at the partitions. Sooner or later Wayne opens the return door so the immigrants can pop out. The employees surprise what's occurring till Wayne explains to them what the boss become going to get them into. Ramon and the relaxation of the employees thank Wayne earlier than going for walks away. The boss yells for any person to help President, however she isn't positive if everybody goes to vote for her or in the event that they even like her. Her mom announces that no person goes to love her. She has her nostril with inside the books all day. She activates her daughter to flirt with the lifeguard, as opposed to analyzing. Then she says that they could get something they need and he or she calls the waiter to showcase the skill. She orders pina coladas and asks the waiter to feed it in a random room, giving the call of the lady who stays in that room. The mom says that every now and then you don't need to be yourself to get what you need, but the waiter calls the safety defend due to the fact the lady Donna has been impersonating refuses to be charged for stuff she did. Now no longer order. This results in a war of words as it's found out that Donna has stolen the lady's handbag, so one can convince anybody that she is her. Donna takes Dell away and that they go back domestic. Now we see that Dell's dating with her father turned into absolutely special lower back. Then Mr. LTI turned into satisfied to be with Donna. He turned into nearly a special guy. He even warns his spouse now no longer to make Dia a con artist like herself. Tomorrow Dell receives 2 paintings and try and get a few votes from the opposite college students. Her manner of doing this is to hyperlink herself to true acts. As an example, she informs anybody that they may want to donate a few blood for the hockey team's goalkeeper who turned into critically injured at some point of the recreation. Then she also tells a few college students that she goes to allow them to replicate the mathematics assignments from her. Even as all of that is taking place, her fine buddy remarks at the truth that her mom goes to assist Dell end up the faculty president. To be sincere, Donna does now no longer have the fine popularity on the town. After faculty, Dell waits for her mom to select out her up. However, her father seems rather. Dell wonders what occurred, so Mr. Luthier replies that Donna turned into now no longer feeling nicely. Later that night, Donna visible a chunk off and spills a lager over Dell's poster. Lucetti receives irritated due to the fact Donna promised to assist Dell. However, she is doing not anything in any respect as he leaves to experience a lager by myself. Donna begins evolved assisting her daughter. She hypes her up by pronouncing that Dell can do something. She units her thoughts to the two of them put together a speech collectively, and Dell gives you the speech tomorrow at faculty. Unluckily, no person is touched by her speech despite the fact that Dell attempts her fine. The trouble is that everyone connects her to her mom, who's regarded to be a drug person, while Dell receives lower back domestic. Her father informs her that Donna left them and he or she isn't going to return back lower back. Then he recommendations that Donna is useless, pronouncing that the police advised him it changed into an coincidence. Dell spends some days in sorrow as she has no purpose to emerge as the class president anymore. She visits the pool her mom used to like and jumps in, conserving her breath for a long term. The lifeguard jumps within the pool to drag her. Returned up later, Dell attends the blood donation and sees many college students there. One of the women who've been suggested to repays her condolences. However, that most effective makes Dell angrier. She pulls her tube out and hurts the female, leaving her a bloody mess. Then she does the identical with the relaxation of the scholars and crosses off her presidency poster with their blood. That nighttime, Lucetti reveals his daughter blanketed in blood in their living room. Dell isn't always the individual she was once anymore, because the days cross via way of means of all and sundry is seeking out Wayne and delegate Leti and his boy are filling up with fuel on account that they nonetheless have 9 hours of tour to make it to Florida. A man with a fancy vehicle involves reduced rubble, with him complaining that Lucetti reduce him off in advance on the street. Lucetti isn't always a man who will stand there and pay attention to the one's court cases, so he soaks this man in fuel and then he lighting his smoke, sending a message to the fellow backs off, pleading for his lifestyles. Lucetti eats his cigarette and tells the fellow to be cautious on the street earlier than leaving together along with his sons. As for the younger couple, they may be in a pizza restaurant, expecting a few visitors to go away their desk, a good way to devour their meals. They reap their aim. However, something strange occurs while Wayne has to hit the toilet. The vice foremost of the excessive college barges into the pizzeria together along with his safety guards and begins evolved yelling on the children. Dell tells him that she isn't always a scholar at his college. However, the vice foremost lives in his very own little planet. D resists the male safety shield, who begins evolved looking her backpack. However, then The lady's safety shield enables him and grabs Dell, taking her away while Wayne comes out of the toilet. The pizza personnel inform him that his lady friend left for college. Wayne attempts to run after her, however the college bus is already leaving. At the least Wayne is capable of see the call of the college. Later Dell is installed detention and he or she manages to make a few new pals. Wayne unearths the college and he barges in together along with his motorbike to get Dell lower back. The woman protection guard attempts to prevent them, however she has no danger of doing so. The couple chills close to the college and they're quickly met through Dell's new pals. They invite Dell and Wayne to the college spring dance. Wayne does now no longer just like the concept, however Dell would love to get a few time without work. The stress they were placing up these days. The ladies take them to their residence to be able to strive a few higher garments on for the dance. Considering the fact that Dell is sincerely glad, Wayne begins evolved to wondering that he's ruining her lifestyle as he comes to a decision to deliver her a few area. Dell is going by myself to the dance whilst Wayne meets a smart man in a pizzeria who convinces him that he have to now no longer surrender on proper love. Love is ready sacrifice, similar to a vintage man is doing together along with his vintage woman. He hates mushrooms, however he constantly orders pizza with mushrooms so he can take them off from his slice and deliver them to his spouse. Wayne unearths Dell, the various different college students in the course of the dance, seeing her communicate to any other man. Wayne receives jealous and squeezes his fist, however this time he attempts any other technique. He is taking middle degree and begins evolved dancing. Earlier than asking Dell to observe him the relaxation of the scholars like him for what he is doing, Wayne takes his girlfriend outdoor to inform her that he's feeling a chunk responsible, questioning if he's protecting her lower back. Dell announces that she has no concept what they're doing, however whatever their destiny holds she desires to be with him. Unexpectedly Dell's own circle of relatives seems and they assault Wayne. Lucetti desires to get his revenge at the younger guy who's outnumbered. He attempts to combat lower back, however Letty's boys keep him whilst the daddy beats him up. Luckily one of the children sees what is occurring. He notifies the relaxation of the scholars and all people comes outdoor to assist Wayne. Now LTI and his boys are outnumbered. In truth the college students assault them like a swarm of bees. This buys a while for the younger couple, permitting them to get at their bike to trip away with. Inside the interim, Jay watches the Lucetti family beating up Wayne on an Instagram video due to the fact one of the sons turned into streaming the thrashing a couple of minutes in the past. Now they understand that in the event that they locate the LTI own circle of relatives, they gets towards locating Wayne because it seems Wayne and Dell do a U-flip to head lower back to their friend's residence. Dell is involved approximately him due to the fact this time he's greater injured compared to another beyond incident. No matter this, Wayne doesn't need to visit the health facility due to the fact there are humans seeking out them, which includes the police. The lady provide Wayne a few remedy, however he does now no longer like them due to the fact he's towards taking pills, but the ladies pressure him to take a tablet due to the fact he truly wishes a painkiller in his situation. The subsequent morning Dell wakes up with inside the bath and sees Wayne watching her with a grin. Wayne isn't always the man who smiles lots, however the tablets have affected him. He even tells Dell that she is lovely for the primary time for the reason that they met. Regrettably the temper is ruined while their friends barge with inside the toilet due to the fact Jenny's father is domestic. Wayne behaves like a very exceptional character and might love to introduce himself to Jenny's father. Wayne talks to the person who's very glad to look his daughter with a boy for the reason that he has been having suspicions that she is gay. Wayne has no manage over his tongue, so he clarifies matters. He tells the person that his daughter went to the dance together along with her female friend, even as Wayne went together along with his female friend Della, where the Guy is unhappy to pay attention that and simply permits them to be. In the meantime, Lucette has been taken to the health center and Stepan can pay him a go to. Steven desires to recognize what he is aware of, however Lutai prefers locating his daughter on his personal for the reason that police did now no longer do something until now proper outdoor Leti's room. Stepan has a communicate with Jay, who had elaborate courting together along with his father, even though that is real. Jay nonetheless loves him simply due to the fact he's his father. Steven assumes that the equal is probably real for Dell, so he asks the neighborhood sergeant to make an exaggerated declaration at the information the sergeant broadcasts that the person from Boston, Lucette, would possibly die after the thrashing he acquired. Wayne listens to this declaration even as he's in a grocery keep, which would possibly complicate matters. Wayne cannot disguise this from Dell, so he tells her the whole thing approximately, and despite the fact that Dell would not care to begin with, Wayne tells her that pronouncing goodbye may also experience cathartic. Dell fixes a cocktail for her father, after which visits him in his room. Lucette asks her if she goes domestic, however Dell asks him returned if he goes to die. While Dell realizes that the police officials made this scheme to trap her, she begins involved walking. Steven is going after the couple and corners them inside the magnetic exam room. He attempts to speak to them and in an effort to persuade them to surrender, but the magnetic resonance, as a result of the MRI pores and skin tool, reasons all metals to transport. Wayne reaches for his hammer in his pocket, however that scares Steven, who pulls his gun out. The MRI scanner magnetically pulls his gun out of his arms even as Wayne makes use of that equal magnetic pressure to launch his hammer inside the course of Steven's head. The couple escapes over again walking outdoor, however Jay sees them and is going after them. Jay sees Wayne on his motorbike and manages to capture as much as him. Jay pulls him out of his motorbike, however realizes that Wayne has given his garments to every other man. In the end, that traveling Wayne and Dell subsequently arrive in Florida. They forestall at a fuel island station to seize something to consume, questioning what can they get so they can proportion it fortuitously. This keep gives unfastened espresso and they could get a few in a twist of destiny. Reggie, together along with his boys and his father, forestall on the identical fuel island station. Whilst Wayne walks outdoor, he fools round with Dell and that they spill the few espresso on Reggie's vehicle. Wayne is amazed whilst he's taking a great study the auto. This isn't only a vehicle, that is the auto he's attempting to find. Reggie walks outdoor the shop and sees the spilled espresso at the Pontiac. He orders Wayne to smooth it up whilst the latter feels a few ordinary feelings. Wayne looks like he is set to combat, however he adjusts his mind and cleans the auto. Then the relaxation of Reggie's group come outdoor and that they go away with inside the Pontiac. Wayne tells Dell that is the auto they're searching out. Dell wonders how come Wayne allowed them to pass, however the boy walks into the shop to get facts on Reggie, after which comes lower back out to take Dell away with inside the interim. Orlando and Cole are getting closer to Florida, however the Maine is in a totally horrific temper due to the fact he wishes to consume, considering the fact that they're having a horrific time locating an open keep. On Sunday morning, Orlando Publications called to an grown-up dancing membership as a way to get a meal. Later Wayne unearths the auto in Dell and paperwork via way of means of the use of the cables below the stairwell, but Wayne receives distracted whilst he sees Reggie partying. He walks in the direction of him, grabs a 6% of beers and begins involved busting them one after the other. Reggie doesn't like that, so he calls a tall man to attend to Wayne. Wayne falls at the floor whilst he's punched, however then receives up and he makes use of the unmarried final beard to hit the tall man earlier than completing him off with a headbutt. The noise upsets a girl named Maureen who involves see what is going on. The girl is amazed to look Wayne, revealing that she is his mom. Maureen invitations every person to a typical family meal in which matters get sincerely uncomfortable. Morin acts like the whole thing is best. Dell receives irritated and verbally assaults Morin whilst Calvin attempts to preserve every person calm. However, Reggie attempts to get into Wayne's mind via way of means of acting all candy round Morin, whom he calls Mom. Later, Reggie takes Wayne to look his vehicle as Calvin emerges below it. He takes a while to speak with Wayne, who blames him for stealing the automobile from his father. Calvin claims that the boy has the tale incorrect. In step with him, he simply took the automobile from his father. While it have become a burden for him, he has the office work and the keys to show it. This means that the automobile is his. Throughout the day, Morin appears to be very glad. She shows a few vintage snapshots of Wayne to the couple having an amusing time with him. Wayne is beaten with emotion and appears to be smiling. However, Dell does now no longer percentage the vibe. Morin takes them to shop for a few new garments. However, Dell desires to position her and problem, so she steals something while she realizes that she is on digital digicam. The shield stops them to test her backpack. However, Morin convinces him now no longer to press prices someplace else. Orlando receives CO and problem with inside a dancing membership. However, this situation bonds them. Cole yells on the boy, who doesn't get unhappy. However, as a substitute expresses that he type of favor to his grandpa has dementia and she or he not often can pay him any interest. We're all humans and we want to be cherished. That nighttime, Dell tells Wayne that they got here right here to take the automobile. However, he's stalling. She asks him approximately the actual motive for being right here. However, the boy cannot solution the query. The reality is that it simply feels precise to be close to his mom. Once more, Dell understands his emotions. However, she tells him that Morin already left him as soon as she does now no longer certainly care approximately him, and if she receives the risk she would depart him. Once more with the Dell announces that she cannot live right here and leaves. Dell spends the nighttime at a network pool seeking to loosen up on her personal. The safety shield processes her to invite her if she is taking into consideration committing the unthinkable, while Dell informs her that she simply wishes a while the safety shield lets in her to sleep there. The following morning, Wayne has a communicate with Reggie, who's nevertheless seeking to appear to be his Morin's liked son. However, as quickly as Morin comes into the residence, she tells Reggie to move outdoor and easy the mess his pet has prompted. After they get a while on my own, Wayne is steadily uncovered to the alternative aspect of the tale his mom accounts for. The vintage instances pronouncing that Wayne's father changed into a completely hard man or woman. Numerous human beings across the neighborhood determined to transport simply to be far from him. She felt so repressed with him. Calvin is a long way from best. However, as a minimum, he lets in her to be whoever she desires to be. Later, Calvin unearths Wayne putting a few cabinets in his TV room due to the fact his mom wants to position a few candles on them. Calvin speaks to Morin approximately at making it clean that Wayne has to move. Morin desires to give Wayne and herself a danger. She become younger and matters have been exceptional whilst she left him, despite the fact that Calvin believes it is too past due for her to attempt to be an excellent mom. He offers her an ultimatum. Wayne has to depart their residence. In any other case, Morin will depart with him. Morin attempts to inform Wayne that she is leaving due to the fact she has to present a presentation with her candles. Wayne desires to assist her out and doesn't get the actual message right here. Morin has no desire, however, to inform him that he has to move. She could allow him live right here if the residence become hers. However, it isn't. Wayne is infuriated. He breaks all of her candles, after which attempts to force a way with inside the Pontiac. However, Reggie sneaks up in the back of him with a knife as Calvin involves get him someplace else. Cole crashes the automobile and in try and keep away from a stray canine taking walks with inside the center of the street, seeing that the automobile is Unusable, he's taking Orlando and the K9 to a bus station wherein they see Dell starting for a few cash to shop for a bus. Price tag. As quickly as she sees him, Dell hugs the predominant despite the fact that she unearths at a chunk bazaar he's right here returned in Calvine's residence. He's tied Wayne up in his warehouse and he is ready to present a difficult day out of a surprising Stephen and Jay arrive asking questions on Wayne. Calvine famous to them that he has the boy even as Reggie knocks Jay out with a unmarried punch. Calvin asks Reggie to deliver the truck even as Stephen enters the warehouse to combat one-on-one against Calvin as he receives undressed. Calvine famous that he become a trainer in Thailand earlier than he have become a policeman. There he become framed for a homicide he did now no longer devote and become thrown right into a brutal Thai jail wherein he needed to combat for his existence each day. As the two of them combat, Stephen makes use of his Muay Thai fashion. Calvin is difficult to overcome, however Stephen receives a few assists from Wayne's leg to complete him off. Then Stephen clarifies that he has already given Wayne a danger and he isn't going to present him some other. Wayne is beneath net arrest. Wayne is taken to a police station in Florida. Stephen involves him as he brings a number of the boy's private assets. The sergeant takes his time to talk with the boy, announcing that if he cooperates with the government they may ship him returned to their town. Wayne considers his metropolis not anything greater than a cemetery, seeing that there may be not anything for him there, but Stephen asks him to depend greater on his courting with Della, where he tells the tale of his very own father who cherished to ice skate and he becomes superb at it. It become the most effective time he loved in his existence. However, then he needed to forestall skating due to the fact of what his own circle of relatives and society anticipated him to do. The lesson he attempts to educate Wayne is that he has possibly now no longer worn his metaphorical skates. He has in no way allowed himself to experience existence or enjoy something accurate that is ironic due to the fact the whole lot Wayne does, he does it out of affection, despite the fact that he's brutal and broadly speaking makes use of his arms to assist others with. Inside the intervening time, Dell and her organization go to Morin to invite her approximately Wayne. She informs them that Wayne were given arrested alongside with Calvine. Dell desires to get the keys of the Pontiac, however the automobile has been taken through the police. Quickly the police station nearly empties due to the fact there are numerous wild animals at the unfastened round city. Reggie paid a go-to the fellow who sold him a child alligator and launched the relaxation of his animals. Whilst Stephen drives round, he realizes is that many policemen are at the streets. This makes him marvel who's guarding Wayne again. With inside the police station, Reggie walks in and has a speak with a goofy police officer asking to get his automobile again. The officer can't supply him the keys due to the fact the automobile is taken into consideration proof. Regardless of this minor setback, Reggie knocks the officer out and grabs the keys, but he turns round while he sees Wayne handcuffed. Reggie appears to consider that he has to kill Wayne due to the fact he's in no way going to forestall coming after him for the automobile. Wayne does not care approximately the automobile anymore, however Reggie assaults him now that he has the risk. After receiving some kicks, Wayne begins a valve preventing again till he pulls the drawer of the table off. Reggie is in big problem now due to the fact Wayne makes use of the drawer as a weapon. Even though Wayne hits him accurate, Reggie continues coming again. The two of them get geared up for any other spherical as they each land a few photographs in some unspecified time in the future. Wayne supplies an aerial kick and sends Reggie